diverse and multicultural team. Yosola is graduate of electrical and electronic engineering, seamlessly transitioned to the information tech world, worked for many years in finance, leading organizational transformation, strategic portfolios, programs, and projects. He led many complex enterprise initiatives, including leading a complex data center build of IBM, a Fortune 500 organization framework being the first in Africa. Yosola is currently the Chief Executive Officer at Audacia Consult, a company focused on strategy, execution, organizational agility, and digital transformation. Yosola's volunteer work includes being a member of the board of the United World Colleges, an international network of schools and educational programs with a shared aim of making education to help the United Nations and culture for peace and sustainable future. Yosola enjoys reading, gathering, and spending time with family. Please, with a big, beautiful round of applause, I want you to welcome us to Mrs. Yosola Adipo. Is that all we can do? Thank you.
Can you put your hands together for yourself? And that is what you want to do yourself, right? Okay. So, as introduced, my name is Yosola. I think Yosola really told me I'm a new market. So, can you share any part of what line? You think to the ground, can you put your hands together for yourself? And if you are not stood up, can you stand up and you know? Now let's do like our students. Somebody do this. Stand up. And then somebody do this for us. Shoulders, knees, and toes. Shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. And my back, no. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Thank you. So put your hands together for yourself and repeat down majestically. I never have a challenge taking last session. Because to me, the audience that waits for the last session means so much. It tells me that this set of people is very serious. This set of people want to have a full dose of one conversation there. And then Angelina tells me that she wants to ensure that she says the bottom part. So somebody say bottom part. I'm trying to get myself consistent here with the feedback. So you listen to my bio being read, you'll see that my core is strategy. My background is electrical and electronics engineering. So let me give you a brief introduction of myself. So that's me, if you can see that. I'm a girl. Yes. I'm a girl, I'm a mother. I go by the identity she, her. Just in case you don't know her name. That is what is happening nowadays. You need to be able to give your pronouns. So I'm a she, and I'm a her. Yes. Yeah, I've been in the information technology world for 23 years. I did a class at the 19 years because that was when I was doing core strategy and business. I was a regional sales delivery manager of 17 countries. So that means that I worked nearly all the continents in Africa, in the world, sorry. I do business strategy, leadership, and I do organization structuring. Now to explain that, I appreciate when the child was before me and he was talking about how schools should see the school landscape as business. And so I realized that, okay, I am really at home with that. I sit on boards of some organizations, I sit on some board of IT organizations, but I'm privileged to sit on the board of college. So which one of us is familiar with this school, United World Colleges? Who cares about United World Colleges? No. United World Colleges. Let me see your hand if you know about that school. Wow. If you know about United World Colleges, let me see your hand. It's a post-secondary college. It's an international post-secondary college. There are only 18 in the world. And the goal is to unite the world through education, and it has been in existence since 1960. So I'm privileged to sit on the board with the chair of Bill Hage. He's very interested. And then I do education advice here, and that is why I write this between us. So, we want to talk about communication and bonding with parents. We have issues to consider. So if I may ask, do we think this topic is a topic that we should go ahead with? Sure. Why? Now, everyone, my sessions are always interactive. We talk with each other, I don't talk to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I think this topic is very important because as a school, we communicate each time with parents, and if there is no proper communication, it leads to overwhelming. So definitely, if we know how to bond and communicate with them, someone will say, you know, they are only button. I think it will really help us. So this, for me, is everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have somebody else that wants? Do we have somebody else? Okay, the question again. I was talking about the topic. Why are you sitting here? Why do you think this topic is important to you?
Parents are major stakeholders in what we are doing. So it's very important to communicate with them and for both of us to be on the same page in order to move the school forward.
Thank you. She said parents are major stakeholders, and it is important to have that communication so that both of us are on the same page and we move the school forward. I hope I am not too fast for you. Okay, thank you.
I think communication is a very important thing to consider because for a business or any organization story, there has to be communication. That requires so we need to build the system of stakeholder and
Okay, then can we take your hand there? This session is important to me because I want to know why I want to talk. And then if somebody comes back to me, then I know how I'm going to fill up my conversation. And to be very candid, people that answer me, I'm going to be talking to them. So somebody wants to say something.
Yeah. Communication and bonding is very important because we need to know each parent and how to communicate in the language that each person will understand. Especially as understanding that we have our target audience, okay, how do you communicate with this set of people who are your target audience?
Thank you.
To also create a feedback from the parents. And, you also dealing with individual differences from each family background differences. So you can get it from all these when you are having interaction with them on a regular basis.
Thank you. Thank you. So he said so that we can have feedback. And then he talked about background. Being, you get it.
I think it's important to have God with parents because they are your main customers.
Oh, thank you. So she says that the parents are the main customers. If you agree with her, can I see your hand? So this Can you hear me at the back? Can you hear me at the back? Okay. I'll try, but volume has to be given to the mind. It's possible.
Can you know how bonding is important for school growth and feedback?
Oh, good one. So, she says communication and bonding is important for school growth. So how many of us want our school to grow? How many of us want our parents to be happy? How many of us want our children to do well? Okay, come with me, let's have lunch. Yeah, my introduction. So I will give a little bit of a story of how education advisory happened to me. So, okay, so as you can see, as I was introduced, my background is lecture and economics engineering. In our days, a lot of ladies used to study engineering, so we were very few. I studied engineering, electrical and electronics. I followed all the things and loved it so very much. Then I moved into IT, moved into strategy, did some jobs on big organizations. So for those of us who have not heard about IBM before, IBM was the first and the biggest IT firm in the world, and I'm privileged to have worked with that organization for several years. I did some data science, I did some crazy projects that put my name in the world. Now, I do business advisory, I do strategy advisory. And when I will start our conversations and we will continue, you will see one of the reasons I'm trying to walk to the back for this set of things. Maybe they just want to see my face, but I'll do the thing. Right? So, I do advisory, I do strategy advisory, I do business advisory, and then it's my comfortable place. But as a parent, I have started delivering. I wanted to listen. So then I used to be a parent in secondary school, primary and secondary school. I have two adults now who are in university. So as a parent, I realized that I started helping the schools that my children were in. Then I started realizing that wait, education advisory can be part of my portfolio because I was noticing that there were some things that I was delivering, bringing what we do in the international world on the table, and it was helping some of the schools that I am. Now, before I go very far, I just told you a bit of the story of how I forayed into education advisory, being in a school, and helping the school to do some things. So at this junction, you will join me to welcome my personal assistant, who means so much to me. And I met her at the beginning of my life, meaning I met her when I used to have dreams that I will have a baby girl. And she is nobody. So to connect with you education-wise, she was the best graduating student of the Rural District College in the year 2022, and I'm proud to introduce that lady is my daughter. Ewalu Adigun, can you stand up and greet everyone? So she's currently in a cohort program that led only 100 students in the world. And then we will have those kind of conversations on how we are able to do that. So to a very large extent, I'm not here going to talk business. I'm here talking about telling you through the wise book, the Bible says the things that our hands have taught, the things that we have felt, the things that have delivered unto us. That is what we want to do. And you know, this is my last child, and when she went off to college, I had the privilege to foster another child. This child had a very funny background, and I took him into my house. So fostering means, you adopt a child, you don't take the child away, but you bring it. I brought the child into my house, and that's how I was introduced to Lagos education. And then that is where I got a lot of intelligence that I'm going to talk to you. This guy came to my house in F9. To God's glory, he is the second best in his school right now, and the first is giving me a very tiny mark. He insists he wants to study medicine, and I'm sure he's doing it. So let's talk. Let's do business. Okay, as I said, it's trying to be interactive. Who can you identify here? Okay. So I can show like red, infrared or something. Okay, can you identify this woman? Yeah, that's Auntie Inka. I call her Auntie Inka. And Abisha, and most of those who supported her or support her, including you now, brought all of us here. Can we give her a round of applause? I mean, please, I would demand from all. If somebody can demand this kind of getting a picture, then can you give her a round of applause? I think I don't know to watch this before, but give her, thank you for being a model. Now, can you identify this woman? Hello? Some said opera, I heard opera. I heard opera. Sorry? She seems to have another name now. And so name, thank you. And can anybody identify this woman? Hello? I hope I won't be losing my audience. Can anybody identify that woman? I always go with goodie boxes, even if I'm with adults. So we are going to share some things. Can anybody identify her? Eh? So who? I'll be happy if nobody knows her name. Okay, I'm on time, and so we have to run. I will not pronounce the name well, but her name is Frances Berricott. That is the richest female in the world. Now, a lot of us want to be very rich. That's why I try the richest female in the world. That's the richest female in the world. And so my point here is to say that there is a difference in what we think what you know, and what you think you know. That's my own point. And then there's a difference in the depth of what you know. So at times you think you know something. Wow, more than that, more challenges. But there's some things we think we know, but we don't. And so why did I put those pictures there? Auntie Inka because she brought us there, and Opera because some of us think she's the richest in the world. If you got Opera, which is the richest in the world? Let's see your hand. Some of us here thought she's the richest in the world. That's the richest woman in the world. I think that is very cosmetic. Can anybody know how she's connected to Nigeria? I mean, I'm talking to educators now. You people should talk to me. Can you believe that that richest woman in the world is connected to Nigeria somehow? Eh? You have heard of here, good one. We always encourage our students to talk. Let's talk now. Oh my God! Can you put your hands together for her? Yes, are you friends with ambassador? Excellent, yeah. So let's have a lunch together. Let's have something. So as the writer said, for the first time in the whole of Africa, in the whole of the world, we have an ambassador for learning perspective, and that is Kebi or Tedola. Don't let us assume that because her father is Tedola, that is why she got it. Let's go and study and understand why she got it. And now we're talking about education. So parenting. And I'm sorry I may have to be running from here. So can somebody define who a parent is? Can two people define who a parent is? Sorry, microphone here. Who is a parent? I know you had a supporter. So who's the parent? Who's the parent? Who's the parent? Man, who's the parent? Wow, I'm talking with a a parent is someone who has a legal custody of the minor. Yeah? Another definition would be parent.
Parent is an adult who is discipline and mentor the young one.
Thank you. We say a parent is an adult who self-disciplines and mentors the young one. For my purpose, very short time, I'm in justice speak. And the justice we run. Can somebody give me a synonym to the word parent? We will share some chocolates together. Somebody should give me a synonym to the word parent. Try and jump out of the box and think like me. Projector, yes. Progenitor, or caregiver. Or guide. Okay, let me tell you. The synonym I want is the political world. Godfather, mentor. Sometimes I was going to keep back my chocolate, I'll keep it back. Political parent, I said the political world. The person is in politics. And if I the role is in politics. Sorry? Look at that again now. Governor. Who said president? Somebody said. You are proud of president.
Yeah.
But I didn't say it was right now. So put your hands together, use the word president. So, and I will explain it now. Please excuse my life. And I will explain it now. Now, to say the leader of the country, the leader of any country is who we call a president. Or we call a king. Or we call, what do they call them again? Monarch. Yeah. Should we have a conversation? Should we have a conversation? Can I have a feedback? Should we have a conversation? Yes! Can you see that? And please, you understood that my background is engineering, so I'm going to be taking up do some little bit of analysis. By the way, this is nobody's child. I got it from artificial intelligence teacher. So it'll be a piece. Now, I want us to discuss from the youngest children. So which one of us has has friends? What age do they bring the baby to you? 3 months. 6 months. Yeah, 6 weeks. Yeah. 6 weeks. Yeah. Now I'm picking it from 3 months. I'm picking 3 months. Because I used to be a customer as well. Now just imagine, what time does your church open? 6:30, 7, and I want to be fair, let's give it 8 o'clock. That's what I did in my mathematical analysis. Now, somebody brings this kid baby to your church 8 a.m. and they pick them up by 4 p.m. I know a lot don't pick by 4 p.m. So for just this analysis, so that some parents will not fail, or just in case you are going to take this to your school, they pick up their babies by 4 o'clock, they travel 30 minutes to their house, just for some good analysis, they get home by 4:30, between 4:30 and 6, they breastfeed the baby, they take care of the baby. Is anybody following me? Between 6 to 8, you take care of themselves, you eat, they have their bath. I'm talking about parents now. They eat, they have their bath, they do what they want to do by between 6 and 8 p.m. By that time, remember, they don't have time for this baby. The baby is probably with somebody that is very, very low. Everybody understand what I mean? So, by 8 o'clock, the baby has slept, have you? Beloved, now that picture you're looking at, that's the baby at 3 months, and that's the baby at 12 months. That's 1 year. Now let's go to see that middle. The crèche service. And I'm so sure those of us who run crèche services and those of us who run education, we know very well that the time I took for this crèche service was very economical. I mean, now the crèche service had the baby. By the time this baby from 3 months to 1 year, the crèche has had this baby for 1,260 hours. You get it? And then the child, the woman, Well done, the baby. So the husband, well done, the baby. And the baby has helped on himself. They have had themselves for how many hours? Who can see? I don't know what this mathematical analysis makes you feel. Then tell me, the legal or illegal or whatever custody, who is the real parent of this baby? Do you see who you are? And then I used the baby as an analysis. You will agree with me that primary, secondary, day school is higher numbers. Is higher numbers. And so, my objective this afternoon is to reintroduce yourself to your child. Some of you run crèche. Some of us run crèche. We run primary school. We run secondary school. You have that child from age 0 to age 16. For the benefit of time, I didn't do the mathematical analysis of that. But if you have a child from age 0 to age 16, and you follow this analysis, who has the child the more? Your parent or you? Then who is building the nation? No, if you're confident about it, then I hear that. Who is building the nation? Who kills the president? I mean, this is no motivational skill. Now, let's imagine if the people we are churning out are the best of the best. And this afternoon I have come to please negotiate with us that we should understand who we are. We should understand our role. We should understand that we are the ones that Africa is dependent upon. We should understand that we are greater than the president, with all due respect, because that is who we are. And we should please understand that if we decide to become the best of the best, all our complaints will be what? Well, how can we do this? How can we do this? And then continue. Okay, so we discussed this, and then matters arise. We are still on the line of talking about how we want to work with parents, so that we can. So do you understand now how it is extremely important for you to bond with the parents because of the interest of you? Oh my God! Can you give yourself a round of applause? I think we see that our interest is no longer in the school building. It's no longer in the school growth. Our interest is in the interest of the child. And then let me give you a caveat to that. Because when we have an interest in the child, and that child is growing, trust me, the school will grow. And you know when I said I want to talk about reality, I don't want to talk about theory. So my daughter, who has said, is a graduate of the Yosola College. She was the best graduation student year 2022. I had a neighbor who had a child that loved math. And as I speak to you today, when Ewalua graduated, the child was in primary 2. And she told her parents that I want to be like my Sierra. And she comes to the house once in a while, she goes, you know. But as I speak to you, she has secured her admission in another Jesuit school. So what am I talking about? You see, we are all connected somehow. And so, you know, if you don't need to advertise the school. Your school is advertised itself. And you've been speaking Spanish, but guys, that's the truth. We don't, you know that statement that says empty barrels make the loudest noise? The year 2022, yes. The year 2022, who can tell me the school that the highest jammed that student was from. The year 2022. Tell me the school and the state the child was from. Eh? Eh? No, can someone tell me? Eh? Says married female. Home science. What public school in Anambra State? Super high school. It is because secondary school. 2022. Can someone tell me? Sorry? Eh? Please tell me now. The meeting at the back. The meeting at the back. The people at the back. Looks like my friend yesterday. This is what I prepare for grammar school. Or you prepare for grammar school. Can I give you the answer? The name of the boy is Elizabeth. He graduated from Loyola JC College. I can't remember his score, but he was the highest score. I was there when he was being presented to me. Go to the papers and check. He is from APC State. So you know why I said this? His mother is a medical doctor. She is my friend. And he is coincidentally my daughter's classmate. So guys, we really need, and immediately they graduated, I think the other cases had their prom. The day they had their prom, he had to be in school the next 2 days. And he was in MIT. So you could imagine the people around. I mean, who has seen advertisement of Loyola Josie anywhere? Say, please come to our school. Come to our school. I am a parent. If you come anyhow, consider your child, they will throw it out. Who wants to do that kind of thing? When we are writing the exam, everybody is in the sun. All parents will be in the sun. If you like, see the president of World Bank, Italumawa. On visiting day, you saw about us carrying our tea on our head. Not anyhow, drink beer, they will throw you out of the school. What are we talking about? Quality. They're talking about quality and we're full of it and we don't know any JC school and we beg us to please do a bit of research. Yeah. And we beg us to do a bit of research. And we beg us to do a bit of research. Because that is what we are talking about. I mean, last week I was on phone call with the principal, the current principal of Loyola JC and I said, Father, there is something I don't understand how Loyola JC students have. No one knew me that I have done 4 decades and plus. When we were in school in those days, if our mother goes to America, we will just about it. My mother went to America, she bought me shishi. You will say she bought me. You know the students don't think about it. Not that they are used to it, they don't discuss. They don't want you that you are a billionaire. I mean, that my mother is anybody. There's, no. They want all students to be on the same level. And maybe we're talking about personal students. But when we're talking about class, everybody's on the same level. Their standard, when we tell us picture of standard. When my daughter was in GSS1, her standard was 800 naira. If your standard mistakenly has one design on the side, it goes to the out of the work. Yes. So, the body shite and the little person shite, they are on the same level. Same, you can't buy 5 uniforms for your child. It is 2, and their clothes is white. Yes. So if you like your, no, in fact, we will talk about it. Sometimes we know how to wash, and then we are not in the hotel. Your child you wash. I'm talking about the discipline. Then you go to some schools, you will see a child that will tell you that should be a discipline child. That is a Loyola child. That is a fully functional. And that is what I want us to start saying. That is a role in your school. So you don't plan that. I mean, somebody will just be looking at your child and will say, this child there's a possibility where you put your school now. Yeah. So what are the matters you guys say? What are the conversations you want to have on the table? How do we bond with parents? I've given this example because it has to do a bit with how we bond with parents. And that is where, to a very large extent, I'll come to help. Some of us may not want to say it, but one of the greatest problems we have is okay, so we don't have issues. I only see 3 hands. I only see 3 hands, though. I'll give a little story. I like telling stories. So I fostered a child. So for the fact that the other schools I went were very disciplined. I just told you about Yosola. If you like, talk anyhow. They don't mind to have one student in their class. You have gone here. So all of us, we just believing ourselves. It's not a graduated, some of us say, eh? So this person, number one, you pass your car like in a very far distance. It's a two seats half of us to get to the school. So nobody knows anybody. Because you are busy carrying your own load on your head. That is how we are. I'm not joking. You know? And so, like you have, and so to you know, to get our thoughts, you know, together. I was talking about matters arising. I've lost it. What was the last? Yeah, I switch out. So we went to PTA. Thank you. I said I thought teacher is in Lagos. So we went to PTA. You see where I'm coming from. Somebody said our background. See our background affects us. I said we don't make noise in the roller case. See if you make noise anyhow on this Tuesday because they got this school. You did not tell them announce. Parents are making noise. Discipline has been cancelled, has been reduced from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock. How about that? You will see us begging. Please now, please. Somebody came from America. All of us be begging. Please now, please. You are not please. You're making us again. We will reduce it to 4 o'clock. That's where I'm coming from. So I entered this school, we had a meeting. The school now started talking about how they want to, you know what we all try to do. How they want to bring an innovation. Those books are going to be written on the portal. You know, your child will log in. Your unicorn. Yeah, me that I supervise my child, I started feeling excited. Yeah, all of them to come on, you know. Because when I first started, when he used to good morning, you need to really go and check. So I said, I got my connotation. You know, that's how I don't handle. We don't want our child to turn computer. I swear to God. In 2020, I got stuff. No. That's I know how it happens in Italy. One more person says something. Like all other people. So when I people raise their hand in my head, I was like, hey, correct people are going to stop now. It's about. We don't want our children to touch computer. I said, so I also raised my hand. I said, tell him, which class is this computer you are talking about? And they said from SS1 to SS2. In my mind, I said, these people, they will be using computer in university now. And I would like to know, there was financial in the class, in the business. I was looking like a bush woman. I couldn't handle it. And I can't give you examples of that stage. We didn't finish it though. They said they will take it out of PTA to discuss. Then I started looking at it and I saw there were only 1 or 2 people that like this, you know. And then, please listen well. Then we started forming please. So after the meeting, I went to meet the man that was looking at me. I said, sir, it's like you don't agree with what those parents said. He said, who does that in the year 2022? I said, look, I thought I was abnormal. You know? Then we started forming, and this is why I want you to listen. Because I'm going to rush to talk about the advantages that you have. Now, it's funny because I know some schools don't have PTA because of the stress some of us face in prayer. You don't need everybody to do your class. You need how many percent? Parental principle, you need 20%. Am I communicated? You just need 20%. Those 20% when they are behind you, you're good to go. Thank you, guys. So, that dude, myself, and some other people, we found a very strong goal. And the next meeting we were ready. And we were sitting in different positions. So when 5 people raised up their hand and said, we are not doing computer. One person will raise his hand, give his hand down. Someone like me stood up and said, my name is this. I have this child in this Ivy League school. My child is this in the wall. My child is that in the wall. Now I want to give a suggestion. My biological last one was very Christian and related to college. Now, this is my suggestion. I think we should do X, Y, Z. What did happen in the hall? Quiet. Then the man in the back also raised his hand. He said, I'm engineer X, Y, Z. This is. I have my children here, but my children don't graduate from this school because they finished their school somewhere in America. The first one is here. The second one is somewhere in Spain. The third one is somewhere in Philippines. This is what we do. Blah, 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 blah. I support this. And let us prepare these children. What did happen at the end of that meeting? But you do not have a PTA. You're doing yourself great discovery. Because you are going to put that kind of session for everybody for. And there's a lot of good things. But you have somebody like me in your school, I mean, you already have somebody advocating for you. And I can bring it straight to you that you have people like me and can spend like me in your school. So, we're talking about matters rising. We're talking about matters of the real. What is that challenge you're having with parents? What are you having parents? It's not a challenge at all. Because we really do not know how to put it. Who agrees that there's something called lack of communication? Who agrees? Some people say we have communication issues with parents. Who agrees we have lack of communication? Guys, you don't have the time. Who agrees? Please, if you decide to let me know. Thank you. I will start giving you a place for people that are not in class with you. Thank you. Yeah. So human beings want communication. Now, I'm not even talking about school. I'm talking about marriages. I'm talking about relationships. Do you know when you say there's a breakdown in communication? Yeah? Has everybody heard that before? Put your hands together. Thank you for communication. But I keep all you chocolate, so I'll give it to you. You hear what we say, the marriage broke down because you don't communicate. So the topic before me is to talk about communication. But trust Yosola to come and tell you something different. And that's not because I just put my mouth in my thumb and think like this. This girl you're looking in front of you has studied crazier than her age. I am busy writing a lot of research papers that shape the way. And that's because I work in the international world. You know, it's not in the world you look at and say, you don't let me. I'm firstly speaking to a man that's actually a woman. And has schooled everywhere in the world. That doesn't understand who the Lord is. I won't say the Lord led me. I will have to prove and quote where I got my key from. Okay. So this is your first stuff. Human beings don't lack communication. And let me explain. Who wants to do a demonstration with people? 2 minutes. Then you please stop. And please stop fast. Good morning. Does anybody see what's happening? You know what's happening? Is she greeting me? Am I answering her? No. Am I communicating to her? How do you say Is she greeting me? Yes. Am I answering her? No. Am I communicating with her? Yes. Are we going to ask myself? I told you that there is no such thing as lack of communication. But let me tell you the way. Somebody said you are not interested in her. Somebody said you don't like her. You, what did you say yourself? What do you think yourself? God bless you. This woman doesn't understand. And this, she's proud. God bless you. She doesn't want to talk. Oh yeah, talk. Give me back. That's a big thing. She's not ready to listen. Guys, let me tell you this. what a lot of us do in our school. And we are wondering why our school is not going. Now, see what happened. Everybody that they were here, everybody here, they have their assumptions, and everyone was different than another. What was that she's proud? What was that she doesn't have the time? What was that she's good to? Some might even say that her grandfather was mad. Say she's in her mad. Everybody has their own. And this won't happen. When one parent goes off, and you haven't communicated well to that parent, everybody around the parent has their answer. The parent herself has her own definition. And then the solution will be Ojema Momelo to the fear. Wow, serious. And then you'll be like, I didn't see anything. Have you communicated? So there's so much there's so much I could go ahead and say. Now, I'll jump here, but it's a big thing into the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha. People come and tell us stories about Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Z are this. They are enjoying you. Big funny one. So very one. The only thing is the real truth about Gen Z. The real truth about Gen Z and Gen Alpha is the fact that they spend more time with the screen than with human beings. That's just the difference. Parenting. I never have to define parenting the other side. It comes to you. So how can we go ahead and do this? You know, nowadays people keep on talking about business, about businesses, about the world nowadays defines what? It needs collaboration. It needs collaboration. Because it was said that I'm so glad about the guy that spoke to me because he was talking about how school is business. And I will tell you how I personally help school in that. So in this collaboration, I mean, my story I told you initially, it was not intentional. But I mean, I'm an advisory organization, we do for big organizations. I never thought about doing it for a school until I realized that this is going to be a shortcut on how I can help you know, in making the world a better place. So how do you do collaboration? You hear the word stakeholders. Who are your stakeholders? You yourself, the school management. So PTA, remember when I talked about the 80-20? All you need is 20% of your parents. You really don't need everybody. I can help you to know how you can choose those 20%. Then you know the teachers and the school management. We all have to do the same thing. Point. The worst person that can campaign negatively for you is your teacher. Then you need the students and the student association. Another worst person that can campaign for you is your students and your student association. How many of us have alumni? You know, many of them cannot give you a lot of things to tell you. But the school I said Southwest is a school that they attend the weddings of their children. The school is over 20 years old. They still get to attend some weddings of some children. Is it your school? They attended your wedding. Yeah. Put your hands together. What school is that? That was a primary school. And that's what the school is talking about. This school is far away, that's where. And I'll talk about, yeah. So, what is your plan for students? What is your plan for student association? Those are the people that can actually bring people into your school. You really don't need to spend so much money in doing a lot of things if you know how. But if you don't know those, everyone will look like it. Everybody will come and sit in front of you and tell you they are consulting. Collect your money and then you're still where you are. So, there's a difference in speaking with you and talking to you. You know, I won't be able to go around into that, but the ask questions I'll do that. But I'll drop something. Number one is to understand the culture of Nigeria. Some parents, when they pay, no matter what they pay, they have plans to turn their child into Elon Musk. So no matter what they are saying, they're just looking at you. Like how your teachers, your head of school, are trying to communicate. If you're not a head of school and you're a school owner, your head of school is going to do so much. From school I do research for, I'm always shocked at kind of feedback I hear. In this same Lagos, Nigeria, there are some schools that the mother will come and drop his child, and the mother is smelling it. There is another school that the school owner was telling me that we were talking about a child's writing. That how can we help him together? You can tell them, I'm not that you can sign checks. I don't have any business in sign checks. Yeah, don't let school ourselves. We parents on the streets nowadays, we are, hey, so how do I help? I have and I can help. Organize an organization who have and who can help. And I will just give you some sample engagements. I have 5 minutes. I talk about the real engagement. I'm privileged to know that we're not doing that help. One of the able to help is by organizing an parent orientation program. parent orientation program. And I'm going to tell you something very funny here. For those of us who are female, you know, in our days, I am 4 decades and I'm closer to 50 than I'm 40. In the days we were doing this, money was not our priority. Anybody cannot enter us anywhere in 24 for something of 20 minutes. So let me just do that. But in the days we were doing this, we used to prove hard to get, right? The higher you are to get, the more premium you are, right? It may sound crazy, but guys, this works. For those of us that go to school, you know that anybody can enter anyhow. And then after you rent out, the session I do run the span of 2 weeks on orientation for parents. That's how we run it. Oh, okay, I was. And that's still there, by the way, I can so friendly and witty. So this is a bit of what we do. You audit, you have the objective of what your school is about. You have parents orientation, parents workshop, but it has to be in alignment with your school. So what your school needs is not really what each other school needs. Some other people are at the stage of alcohol. Some of us are in the middle. You want to beg and you don't want to beg. But there are some things we have to define. And you know, in talking about parent orientation, when I started running for some organizations, I realized there's some things fall out. And I realized there's some people with confidence. There are some details in which to give. Let me see if I have some. Okay, that's a feedback report. I tried my best to, you know, since this is I'm not able to, you know, show you the details of some feedback reports. But this is some feedback report for some of the education advisory that my organization did. And what is it that we did? We will just sit down with the management and understand what you want, the mentality you want your parents to have. If your school is the one that they can drop the child by 7 o'clock, then they will bring beans in the afternoon. After eating time has passed though, they will now bring beans. By the time you open the beans, don't back there. You know? You will be able to put parents on a degree of this is our school. This is our vision. This is how we want it to run. This is how we don't want it to run. Then if you put the parents at peace, there are some things we deal with some people. There are schools and there are some schools. There are some schools that you understand their program from now to September. We sit down and help with the we will tell you that we will try our best as a parent. We do not pray that we will try our best for this time not to change. How do you think parents will like that? You can plan your whole year knowing how your child is going to run. And just the fact, because I told you that I used it in another school as my instead of communication, but the communication is water compared to the kind of communication that I have. Hello, it's what I do now. Some schools that are writing WIC, they would have sent you the WIC timetable. Then they will show you what your child will be at every point in time. Tell me how that parent is not going. I'm trying to give you brief examples of how you can communicate with parents. Because I talked about, I talked about this lady and I, you didn't hear my topic. The lady and I'm sorry if you don't mind. So, I talked about, you saw how I was not communicative of communication. Somebody got their child in your school, they don't know what is going on. They are communicating, they are only interested in money. Or you're communicating, you're giving feedback, your woman, your people is not, they know that, oh, they are interested in my child. Nobody likes to be told to. For anybody that you feel their emotions, they will tell you that say. You know, we can promise what the child was trying to say. And you'll be surprised that you know some things to be saying. At times they're trying to present, they will say, you guys, you know demand more than that. Some people will have PTA to mind you. Your next PTA will say a boss. Then we forget the fact that you're in private school. Let us name some private schools now. There are school buses, a lot of things that they're enjoying. I don't want that use their money. It's parents that do these things. But how are we able to get our parents to a point to do that? Those are the kind of things that my organization can sit with you, plan or display with you, and we help ourselves to get around that way. Okay, so I was giving you a sample. Okay, this is just a sample of some little ways in how we could engage. People have clubs. You go to some schools, they say we have clubs. We have members. We have Silicon Club, Silicon Club. How does that club, how does it integrate with the life of your children? What is the difference that is making? What is the difference that your school is making? I'm just giving an example of something we do, not just the school, but we do parent engagement, and we talk about puberty. We talk clubs that we don't talk about puberty like, I am talking, you must not touch a man, you must not kiss a man, the man touches your lap, you are going to get pregnant, and you must not kiss the girl. No. There is a way we communicate with ourselves. There's a way we get it done. There is a way we get it done. And that is, that's part of it. Eva, can you help me bring one or two of these things? I can quickly show you some, So, this is some of it. And they are in different skills. There are different things we learn. We use it to start conversations. This is just one of my clubs. We talk about timekeeper. Not when the girl has already started engaging. Who can guess what this is for? Thank you. The dispose part. How many of us teachers, how many girls know that you dispose your part in one way or another way? We talk about different things available to you. These are tampons. And this is not just the girls. Because some boys don't know. Some boys that are ready to impregnate children. They don't know. They go and see them. That's when they have behind the school, and they will get pregnant. And then some of us have some gifts, that we will talk about. And then we will be abusing with the same thing. So these people know what they were doing. They saw something on TV and they did it time. They are now talking. There is so much. And then it also explains, I was also a culprit. And I told myself, wait, we talk about boys, we talk about all. Who teaches boys how to be boys? Who teaches boys about wet dreams? Who talks to boys what it means to be yourself? At what stage do you tell your boy to use a condom or not to use a condom? These are conversations that no matter what school you take your child to, if your child is identified children, are you a teen? And then you have to start. Yes, I know they're all Christians. We don't talk about some things. But these are some things we need to talk about. So what are the things that help people to create? Are you parent to parent? Are you children? Are you parent to teacher? Are you teacher? I mean, we do teach, parents. But we carry things like this advice. I handle it myself. Because it is the life of the people. To some of us, even as parents, do we know why some men have pockets? I mean, do we know why men's trousers have pockets? Can two people try? And two people try. I will really say that all adults here. When your child is in puberty, at times they have erections suddenly. So when they have erections, you teach them how they can put their hands in their pockets.
That's the.
And then we talk about because we want to students to perform. How? That's like one of the reasons why some people will point at the school and say, this is their children. And then the boys and the girls, they understand how to interact with themselves very well. There is a school I participated for, and I have been teaching the parents that please, let these people know that they are not sisters and brothers. So that we have training students anyway. If they want to fall in love with themselves, they will fall in love with themselves. They will go and bring some other children that are not well taught. You understand what I'm trying to say? Very healthy, platonic relationship. We have conversations that is led by the children. One of my students was the head prefect of Philippines International College. I'm proud to say. She led the cohort when I did the cohort. And I made them to talk. And the point in time, the lady, here's what we said. And see, there is no reason why we should have sex before we get married. I didn't tell them. She was the one that told us. And we explained it. I will explain to you scientifically why, if you like a man, it's dangerous for you to touch him. Not like in church, they say, don't touch a man. There's the science behind why you do not touch. Because the first is that, and you say, the next thing you say, that's why there's level. If it's somebody I have to look for, everything for me. By the time you see level to level, you will not know. And then this thing that I trying to explain. So what am I trying to say? You can be very small and explain it to those people. Oh, okay, so those are just samples of some engagement. Those are just samples of some engagement that I have. One of my engagements, one of my friends told me her dog, and the dog made it. Then we do some online. That program was an online program for international women. Oh, okay, that's my number. Oh, yeah, we're nearly done. So what am I supposed to say? Let me now go back to the end. Maybe you can have 1 or 2 minutes before we ask questions. Yeah. So this is how audiences are engaging. We come to your institution, we have an audience. On a big bank, the audience, people audience. We have an audience feeling that we check where you are. You understand where you want to be. Then we do the gap analysis. And we agree how you want to get there. We don't do everything. I will think that you need an expert. We will recommend to you. We will think that there are things you need to go. We will recommend to you. Things like this the kind of spoke about. We can say, do this one in band A, do this one in band B, do this one in band C. See, everybody can pay for anything. It all depends on how they see the value. By the time people start seeing from value, you'll be shocked at how they'll pay. And there's intelligence you can do around money. So we do parent orientation. You see when I talk about orientation, you see that. So if your school doesn't do orientation, let me see your hand. That thing is excellent. Your school doesn't have parent orientation. Most of you don't. Most of school in Lagos don't. I know. Because you think your parents do not sense, or you think it does not make sense. They will attend. They will attend. Yes. Then so I said it. The last one is actually standard. We will be sit down and we do like a 10-year plan for you. And then we understand what we want to do. Now, what is it that we may give? If you're really interested in, having an idea of those things, because I know it's done here, especially in Lagos School, you will send me a text and tell me that you're interested. And you will have the first service for free. You will have an idea of what you want to do. Let's build this country together. Because we said, most of these students that we are saying, I'm not trying to throw guys or not. What do you think of my presentation today? Who did I spend most of his or her life with? Somebody communicated. Who did I spend most of their life with? I'm not trying to put us on it, but that's it. They spend most of their life with us. And how do your position comment? You set the standards in your school. You set these things in your school so far that your father is fucking 70 and they are not able to give you a good finish to give him a good. They wanted to give him a car. And I told her that anyway, none of you are dead. You know how we motivate our cancer people? Now, don't do what you can do. You give a cake and all that and all that. They went from the cancer party. And when I said, not a small party, I can afford 100,000. If they all could afford anyway, they bring that 5,000, it didn't happen. And they did that. And everybody gets what happened. By the time they landed in their father's house, there was a brand new car in front of their father's house. And that car was bigger than his. Students the father had just 1977. So guys, please, don't let us assume. My own mother was a teacher, I'm sorry I didn't start with her. Don't let us assume that our rewards are in heaven. Because we are right here. If we know what we are supposed to do. One of the things that made me to embrace education as my even if it's going to be for free was because of the things my mother did. And I saw those children. There's one child today who is a senior executive in one very big organization. His father was dead. His mother used to be a worker. Today, if you see him, you tell him he's a very handsome young man, doing so well. So when I say the fact that we literally build life, this is what we do together. That is what we do. That is why people like us, a lot of us know about Maslow's law of, that's why people like us are interested in education because we see the value that it adds to life. One day somebody said, why are you doing this in advocacy? And I looked at her and I said, you know what? I said, I've built computers for the best part of my life.
I think I want to do it.
And on this note, I want to say thank you. I want to tell you that you did well. I want to say, Sabago, I want to say Mago, and I want to say, okay, English you were divine. I hope I gave you a good job. And you put your hands together for yourself. Thank you so much. Once again,
I feel gotten value today from this session. And I have 2 or 3 people to just give me what are you taking up from this session.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask a question initially. Okay, so what I'm taking on is communicating more with parents and reading body language. That's another thing that I'm taking on. Thank you, ma'am. Just like I have a question, and I also want to talk about what I have learned. What I have learned about it is there's no lack of communication because one person is not listening. Someone was talking to her and she saw the person, but she wasn't listening. Now that has given me an overview of how to communicate with my parents. Nobody's opinion is irrelevant. Everyone is important. So I should listen and develop that skill because it will help me. Then secondly, the question. Something happened to me personally. We actually set up something we call love and concern units, where we check on children that are not in school because of ill health or something. We met a particular parent that was with us, and his child was ill. So what we basically do is call on the parent to check on the child. And for some weird reasons, the man said, and I quote, "You people are disturbing me. Don't call me again." Now, I want to understand, is it that the man, are we at fault to give love, or is something wrong with that parent? Because I don't see why someone is rejecting love, or is it that we overdid it? I really want to understand, because we've been reading for years. Thank you.
so thank you for that question. Say how to do something. It's not everything that the way you do it is correct. And that is where we all due respect. That is why with all due respect, my advice should come then. So, for example, when we bring engagement, when I'm sitting down, when we sit down to have some analysis with parents, one of the conversations we have, how do you love to be communicated to? Phone call, email, you see that? Text message, WhatsApp. So with that, we are able to know how fast to communicate with that person. Because that's what we do actually in business organizations. So you will see that as a strategic person, a lot of people ask me, how do you get in touch with your stakeholders? There's a way. Some people don't like phone calls. Some people prefer you to just write a text message. Some people may even prefer hard copy. Just to email a letter and then you drop it there. So because a lot of times, you're going to say, what is good for you may not be good for you. So times you think you're giving love, but love is actually the definition of who you're giving. If, for example, you love to eat ila, and I don't like to eat ila, if I'm giving you ila because, if you are giving me ila, your own word, that's your best friend, but that is not love to me. So I hope
Yes, thank you so much.
So what I want to say to you, know how your parents or your students like to engage. And one other thing I want to add to her, you say your parents are your stakeholders, I agree. But our students are also our stakeholders. And they can give us so much feedback. One of the people that give me feedback a lot are my children. You know, there was a time I had to speak to an audience of women. And I said, can a woman have it all? Can you tell everyone to answer that question? How she will? So the time I was there for my presentation, I asked her. I said, by the way, she just said that I dance. I was having this move. And so I asked her, can a woman really have it all? Now people speak about have it all. And she started and said, no human being on earth can have it all. Now, can you explain what you said?
So I answered that question by saying no one can say because I'm studying economics
And one of the first things we learned is about opportunity cost. And opportunity cost basically refers to that no matter the decision you make, you're going the next step alternative, something else you're going to do in time, with money, with effort, anything. So what we're talking about is that is the forgotten something. I say I put a question on it, no, this life is not balanced.
Okay, we will take 3 questions. First 3 people to raise their hands. 3 questions, yes. 1. Any other person? Please don't raise your hand after we have finished. 2. Okay, 3. We'll have you first.
That's very key. I think I got from this question. Can you actually really train the girl or the boy to actually be assertive as teenagers, and they'll be telling us that you don't need to have sex before marriage?
Oh yes, what I told you was actually, I won't mention her name because, but she was a head girl. So she can. It depends on how you do the session. I personally not the session. And you know, it's something that was really emotional for me. When I watched it, this was a personal cohort. One of the emotional things I was running this personal cohort is that I brought in a friend who was on my guru, if anybody understands. I'm sorry, I'm not going to interpret that. So, sorry. I brought in a friend who was on my guru. So she explained for me to that. You understand what I'm doing? You know, when you leave, people do different things in life. So by the time I met her, she told me how it's said. I thought, oh, do you know what? I wrote for her. I'm not going to record it. So now that most of my cohorts cannot record it. And it is the children that facilitated. You know, a lot of times, what we don't understand, by the time we explain to people how the education happens, there are from adults, men, mature men that are born children, that they do not understand education. They do not understand what the teenage men are doing in any way. They just say, you don't say your own. And their life has become complex. There are some children now that why their life is not straight because they have 5 people that are doing back for them. There are some levels we need to focus on them. You may be born again, your child will not be born again.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You may not be, you may be able to, some of us that were born in the 1970s, you can do without sex for 2 years.
Yes.
Nowadays, you like say something else is their problem. So, I mean, I understand having that place. What are you going to do? Do you know that 10-year-old use contraceptives? Do we know that? Do we know that 8-year-old use contraceptives? Do we know that some of the countries prefer your child gets initiated in oral sex? And these are conversations we should have when you have that question. So if you are a conversation how we parents, and then sometimes you tell me that I can't face it, and I'll tell them that my people, this is true. This is true. Let's get you to just 150 naira. They pop it like they are popping Panadol. If you see the food that do medicine, adverse effect that is behind popping next JPA, you will be in shock. The first time I was introduced to an ovulation kit was a single girl that cannot see what an ovulation kit was. And my protect. So, the best of me says, Father Lord, come and help me. What did I wear this morning? I am going to go free. Give me in the name of Jesus. For we did not go and cast and say, before the clothes, with all due respect, whom God has given a brain, and let's use that. So we're talking sex, we're talking purity. Some of us, some people want to mess up their children's life with all the money they invested in how their marital life went, or in how their sexual life went. Some people are waiting upon the God, but God is waiting upon people. You know that some people sell ovaries? You know they sell ovaries for 200,000? You know that there is a limit of ovaries that you have in your stomach? You know that as a woman, if you are going to sell all your ovaries, you may not have a baby. These are things that people don't know. So, it's not the way that some children will do behind their parents' back. Let us really let them know. So, I love our feeling here. Oh, the not be normal. Everybody.
lesson in a child in a boy in primary 4 wrote a letter to another girl and was like, I love so and so person because he's beautiful. Immediately somebody else saw it and told the teacher, and the was like, yeah, what the boy in my office. Then I called all other people, all of them. Like, brought them to the office and I was like, I agreed with the teacher because I told her, don't worry, I will handle everything. Now, yeah, because you mentioned something, that's why I'm asking this question. I told them that all of you in this class, normally you love them, you want to love one another. You don't have to write to tell somebody you love the person. You have to like, you have to caring for the person, loving the person, the person have the Bible, you have to that is enough to show that you love somebody. You don't have to write. I told them I love them so much. Why have to write a letter to you to tell you I love you? Love is kind of straight of mind and your presentation. So now you mentioned something that because of set of feelings that the people see themselves as brothers and sisters. Because I told them, see yourself as brothers and sisters. You don't need to write to tell your brother that I love you. Because it's your mother, you don't need to write to your sister and tell her I love you. So now I'm asking, that approach I use, is it okay? But that's what it is. Doctor Ryan, that's my favorite. You've done well, and thank you. Now, to answer your question, and all of these things you have question. Number one, that's one of the reasons why you're here. One of the services I was trying to explain is that's one of the reasons why the way you handled it was different from the way your teacher handled it. Because your teacher does not have the understanding that you have. And that is a bit of you. All your teachers should do the same thing. And that's another thing you do. You now create anything, which is an open document. When this happens, this is how we handle it. That's part one. So the teacher should not be left handed. And the way we handle it, the teacher should be well. Then number two, you did well. Then number three, you know we're competitive. And that's why one-on-one is different from what we're talking. I was talking about students who don't graduate. They have graduated. In fact, it was during we parents, it was during our party, our parents get together. When we were talking about how the students get themselves, how the students show that I have another matter to girls. Let us tell children know that they are not doing a very well. When they get to university and they are left, let them write to themselves so that the ones that we train will not be so generally and those are thank God we're in Nigeria. You know, look at what's happening against Nigeria. Thank God I'm in Nigeria. Hey, it's our crisis now. They won't have that to do I had a friend that had to relocate to Nigeria and he was having a bit of cost, but let me explain this cost. So he took his child to shop at small boy. Before he saw small girl, started getting his bed. The mother now said, stop taking the bed. The father said, stop boy. Take it. Is this the way you want me to be running after? Take it. Then you see that we are starting having confusion. I'm not going to die, sir. Let's go and say, don't ever look at it. Don't take the book. Oh, better. Go to talk to the parents. So you see the kind of that cooking they are having. So you handle it well. That's what I was talking about. Because some of us go to challenge their going through. When we were growing up, there were these awesome people we should have married. But we say, God is like my sister. God is like my brother. We now left them. And we went to marry them. I think we go to that. We don't know.
Thank you very much, man. A round of applause for Mrs. Yosola. Thank you very much for being vulnerable. I want to believe that we are taking away a lot of things today. Okay, and some of the things we spoke about was communicating. How are you communicating? What are you communicating? Are you collaborating with your parents? Okay, teachers, parents, teachers association, do you have them? Do you have students' own association? Those are basically things that can help us with our school. Then we spoke about the need for us to collaborate with our parents. Okay, having orientation for them, communicating properly your values and every other thing you want them to know. Let them understand. Have sessions with parents. Several sessions you can have. In my school recently, we just had an handwriting session for parents. Because we want our children to write in a particular manner. They are complaining, they are not seeing it. You can't see it because we are working in school, there is no collaboration at all. So we have to organize an handwriting session. And to my shock, even to the shock of my head of school, the turnout was massive. We didn't believe it. She was even telling me, no, madam, we don't need more than, let's just get 2 dozens of chairs. I said, no, they can. The place was filled. And they were all writing. And we have taught them the rudiments of handwriting. So they go home, they now understand, and they can help the children at home. So there are many things we can. Itaya mentioned something like that. They are having a Father's Day. And he's being invited to come and speak. Those are part of grants, put more value. Let's not just focus on the children. These are the people that are behind. So let's bring them together and work together with them. God will help us. Amen. Okay, so before we wrap up, we are going to have a presentation from UNO. Are they here? UNO, please, very quickly. Please don't forget, don't go. We are having a raffle draw after this, and we have prizes for you to win before you go home.
Hello everyone, thank you for this platform. Permitted to stand on this team protocol. I'm here to represent, my name is Otiko Prudence Daniel. I'm a Montessorian at 2 levels. I have a grade 6 grade Montessori and I have the 6 to 12 Montessori elementary training airman. I came to introduce every one of us here to an opportunity that we can leverage on as Africans, as Nigerians, where our youth can stand to represent countries as ambassadors in the United Nations simulation. So Youth for a Better World is an NGO in special consultative status with the ECOSOC, Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. Is an NGO, so they fund opportunities for youth to come and represent countries at the United Nations simulation. So it's like a role play. I'm going to go very quickly because we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, so what we do is in Montessori Model United Nations is bring the world closer to ourselves, bring the world closer, bring the world into the classroom. Children get to learn about the SDG goals, they get to help to solve world problems. We have the QR code, which you can quickly scan as I'm speaking, and then you can fill in a form to join in an information session next week Sunday. So you can just, some of my team members are here. They're going to show you the QR code you can scan and fill in a form to attend an information session that is going to involve the conveners of this program internationally. So you can ask all your questions. Again,